As you can see, this is called a digital multimeter, but it's not. Digital LCR tester KG6243 Plus. KG company. I never heard, and I think I will never hear for it again. So let's see how this LCR tester performing. What we get with it: test leads with crocodile clumps and normal test leads, not silicone imitation, PVC imitation of silicone, very often seen with Chinese multimeters. These are same quality like this, I mean on cable. We will see how it's performing. It comes in this usual type of packing, cheap Chinese instruments, but with one difference. This is bag. You see? That's nice. Battery compartment. One 9-volt. Yep, it's working. In battery compartment you can see two classic glass fuses, easy to replace if something goes bad, and as well easy to find them in local stores. Instrument actually is in from some kind of ABS plastic, green colored. As you can see, this is the instrument. It's not light, it's not heavy. It has stand, that's nice. What I always love to know is resistance of test leads. 30 milliohm resistance of one lead, so 60 milliohm, less than 0.1 ohm. These test leads, quite nice one, believe me. So two leads of instrument, 100 milliohm, and these are like needle, very small, very teeny. 0 ohm it measures for itself. What it say for 0.1 ohm? Very well done. Worry does not know, but you cannot measure 0.1 ohm. No, it does not have that resolution. So 0.5 ohm, let me see. Yep, that should be okay. 1 ohm. Nice. 100 kilo ohm. Okay, 100 is far above, so 200, 100 kilo ohm, working well. 1 mega ohm is okay. 10 mega ohms, well done. So resistance is okay, but avoid measuring 0.1 ohm or less. With this instrument, it have only one decimal number behind dot when you switch to 200 ohms, like here. So that means it's not possible to measure. You see, only one decimals. It comes to 0.1 ohm, and then if you keep long enough, it will go to 0. Continuity test. Response time, okay. Loudness, okay. Diode test. 9-volt battery, it should not have problems with this, and 2.7 volt green LED tested very well. Capacitance, let me see, 2 nanofarads, but look at where is dot, it should measure 20 picofarad. It did measure, then suddenly stop. It even doesn't detect anything. 20 picofarad it should measure. What's the problem? Okay, 19. We could say it's okay. 330, 325, it's okay. 220 microfarad should go here. Red short should go here. Speed quite slowish. 220. Usual it's 222. This is 3.3 millifarads. Yep, 3.3. It measures capacitance, no problem. Here we have my beloved instrument, because it's simple to use, quick to use, and so on. What I wanna see is what kind of signal it uses to measure. And this is the signal, as you can see. Triangle wave, 10 kilohertz, 50%, 46% duty cycle, and 2.5 volt signal amplitude, but 9.6 kilohertz. Not, it's quite high frequency. So on that frequency, some capacitors will not show real behavior, because some capacitors are made for much lower frequency. Had to say something about, because neither one instrument so far at my desk, at my testing, last few instruments, like last 5, could not measure 20 picofarad. This is for you all who doubt in that. I hope that you see this. Oops, sorry. This is for you all who does not trust into what instrument says 20 picofarad. Tested at 1 kilohertz. Exactly 330. Like in this LCR meter we testing today said 325. That is, and when we come to resistance, this was question as well. So you can see results. And again to repeat, this is one of the best quick instruments I got. These LCR tweezers from Zoyi are incredibly good and precise. Inductance. Let us switch to inductance measurement. I have no idea what is inductance of this, so I will switch to measure inductance. 0.1 millihenry, microhenry, 0.201. What is Brighton R30? Can it measure this? 2 millihenry. 2 millihenry. What it will say for this? 0.01. We can say it's okay. 0.043. So 43 millihenry. Let me see what this one say. Yep. So inductance working. If it works so well in low range, it will work in higher range. Yep, 3 millihenry. So we can go to 20. Yep, as you see, it working. Frequency test. As you can see, 10 Hz, 20, 30, 40, 50. So it's okay. And go to megahertz. So megahertz, 2 megahertz range. We are at the top. 2 megahertz on 20 megahertz. Same result. 20 megahertz. Let's go to 20. 19. It's working. 20. It's out of range. 200. 20 megahertz. We can go higher. 40. It does not measure. Interesting. I will connect oscilloscope in parallel with this. 26. Now it's gone crazy. On 27. So let's see what this one. 27 megahertz, as you can see. So this one is around 25 megahertz maximum, not more. Forget on this range 200 megahertz. It does not count frequency up to 200 megahertz, only around 25 megahertz. Proof for that is oscilloscope reading 25 megahertz, as you can see here. So there is no issue with frequency, and it happened now. Look at it. It needs some time to reach. I don't know what problem. It's 30 out range. This one measured 30. This one 0, 0. It does not measure anything. Does it anything change when moving around? So I was right. 25, 26. That is maximum frequency which you can reach with this instrument, not more. As frequency counter. It should have gain over 100. This small transistor. It's switching, amplifying transistor. So, but no, this is useless feature on this instrument. That is what I say. Instrument inside view. These are here and here FET dual FET operational amplifiers. This is a standard tail 072 operation amplifier. This is a quad switch, analog switch. This one I couldn't find. What is it? And this one is usual CPU used in a few instruments, but also in a few very good instruments, like some from Unity. This is DTM066L CPU. So according to the inside circuit of this instrument, I could say it's built quite well, especially around this CPU. That is surprise for me so far. This is firmware which holds data how this CPU will work. I even found a few articles about how you can change this way of this instrument based around this CPU, how they work and so on. So maybe if some loves to play with such things should buy this. It's only 15 euros. That price makes this and inside build, as I see now, makes this instrument quite attractive, especially for amount of money it cost. So it's up on you to decide, will you buy it or not. It working, it measure everything what it say that it measure, except I couldn't get transistor amplifying gain to measure it. Maybe I did something wrong, I don't know. However, it have good protection, 2 glass fuses and 1 PTC. Even it's not made to measure directly to measure voltages or current. It's just LCR meter. So inductance, capacity, resistance, frequency, diode and continuity test, HFE test, which I couldn't get to work. It features as well battery. Okay, short press enables battery. Here you see. Short press disable. Long press enable backlight. Short press disable backlight. Hold button. Do I recommend it? No, there are better instruments for similar or a little higher price which will do much better job than this instrument, like LCR tweezers you've seen earlier in video. That is my main reason why I do not recommend. Still, if you don't have any LCR meter, this one will do the job and confirm for 15 euros it will do the job and measure everything for you very nicely and precisely. So it's up on you if you need it or not. Thank you for watching this and bye bye.